I'm very excited to introduce you my co-caster for the evening, God's most annoying Blight main. Gunther, how are you feeling going into these games, my friend?
Pretty good. I haven't been on the casting desk for like a season and a half, but yeah, I'm excited to get back to it and cast these amazing games.
Oh no, good to hear, good to hear. And as a Blight main, give me your thoughts on the build, mate. Does it get much better than this?
Not really. He just saw someone. I think. Yeah, this is just the stock standard, the best you can bring, unless you want to do something weird like swapping out for Discordance.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're going to be taking this first chase on to Hell here on the Vittoria. Man, it's juicing on the edge map here, throwing that pellet, that brutal strength coming through from Goofy. Able to able to get
Very nice name.
Able to get that quick rush onto our friend Hal there. Hal going to be juicing in the lockers, but this should be our first down of the trial. Coming through, a bit of auto wave coming through, tragic. And that will be the locker grab coming through onto our main man Hal here. Going to be able to get a nice quick hook down towards the bottom side of the map here. And let's just have a look around and see what kind of gens we're looking at. It looks like we might have a fortune down towards this bottom side of the map, yeah.
Strange because I'm not sure which gens were corrupted, but if I were him, I would probably go check at around 5 because you know that was the furthest gen away from him. Or
yeah, no.
From the chase.
Hold on, I think I'm seeing this right. I don't think a mid gen actually spawned. Instead, we're getting the gen spawn at kind of 9. That's crazy. It's been a while since I've seen something like that on the Azerov's resting place here. We're dashing back down towards the hook. We still have Pop Goes the Weasel in the back pocket here, but those 3 gens up towards the top side are definitely not Goofy's main priority, right? Sorry, this guy's name, it's killing me.
Yeah, it's pretty understandable. And getting the save pretty... I can't really say early, it's pretty late. And Hal probably going to be able to make it topside here, which is something Goofy does not want. But getting the palace done as well, building some distance, but yeah, just not having any palace to make it any further.
Yeah, no, that down coming around the mid section there. We're going to be able to drag Goofy straight back. Drag Hal, sorry, back down towards the bottom side of the map here. Goofy going to be able to get a better hook down towards 5, and we will be able to rush straight back down towards the shack here where we know there's some gens to play around. This 4 gen is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. We do see a reset coming through onto Adler here on the what's the name of that character again? Carlos, that's right. We're going to be seeing the Carlos being reset somewhere across the board right now, and that eruption being applied to our gens. Oh, actually, we've got someone hard greeting for this gen here. I'm not sure about that play. Those insta rushes coming through from our Blight. Fantastic bump logic coming through from Goofy here. Minamipe is going to be taking that health state, and Hal has been unhooked. If we can get a tunnel out here that for the people coming through, it will be huge for Goofy.
Yeah, I agree. And as a Blight main right now, I would be pretty happy with my situations, especially getting that hit. The 4 gen not really being progressed except for that gen at 7, obviously. And Hal, I think that was an overcome, trying to build enough distance, and excellent rushes from Goofy.
Yeah, no, actually a nice little V1 tick there, but unable to get that palisade. That is so bad for the survivors here. We are going to be taking this final hook onto Hal here, and I imagine just returning straight back down towards this 4 gen here. I mean, NoName's Blight has just been playing fantastic thus far. Divertimento survivors starting to fumble a little bit, and yeah, they don't even get the gen. This is bad for Divertimento.
Yeah, as a Blight main, I would be very, very happy with this situation, considering that, you know, they're not progressing any other of my gens except for this one at 7 that I just popped, and getting a Russian on Shack as well. This is a very, very good situation to be in.
Oh, we get the nice drop of that Shack pallet coming through from Minamipe there, and we are going to be having free reign of that mid section of the map here. Goofy straight on his tail. Those rushes will be returning in time. A nice locker jump from our Jake there, and we will be able to stop that window from being vaulted. We'll be jumping straight into that. We get another eruption proc here, and we will be able to drag this straight down into our 4 gen as well. This is such a good position for Goofy to be in. hardly even needing the brutal strength thus far. The pop goes the weasel getting minimal value as well. The eruption, definitely the shining factor of this perk build thus far. Just that along with Goofy's excellent rushes so far. He's really been thriving on the Blight. We're going to be making our way back up towards the midsection of this map here. We know that the survivors reset. We know that a gen pop top, so we've got a pretty good idea of where our two survivors are sitting right now in terms of we actually had just seen someone at 1. I'm not sure if Goofy saw that or not. We're going to be rushing back down towards the bottom side of the map, worried that somebody might have broken down towards bottom. But Gunther, what do you think? Do you think in that scenario you just hold that mid map?
Yeah, I would say so, because I mean, they can't really be doing anything else except maybe if Adler reset with his med kit, but I do not think so, because he probably used it earlier. And you see Dwight here, insane rushes from Goofy, getting the tag onto Dwight, and Adler going in for the save, but will he be able to get in?
It does look like Adler is going to be able to get the save. Tony Sly is going to be injured somewhere across the board right now, and now all 3 survivors are pushed into that injured health state here. We're going to be rushing around. A fantastic rush coming through. Going to be playing around that BT, but Minamipe is still going to be able to get that BT hit off straight towards the top side now. Goofy returning to 7. Knowing that there's a survivor here, this is going to be, I think, Adler playing around this T-wall. Goofy getting a little bit lost here, not quite able to track down our Carlos, and this should be the down coming through. Another down in the 4-gen. The survivors really not having a fun time so far this trial here. We still haven't seen a deliverance from our survivors here. Did we catch who saved that first hook? I can't remember. I think it was Adler, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was Adler. So Adler, likely our deliverance player here, as we see Goofy rushing straight up towards the top side of the map here. Sadly, a little bit of a phantom bump there, and we will be forced to fatigue. This is going to be Minamipe. Very good patience on that God window there. Divertimento are going to need a miracle to try and rein this one back.
Yeah, and Goofy, insane rushes. This is looking like maybe even a 4K 3. Oh, this is just not good for Divertimento.
Yeah, no, I mean, when we've got a hook top side, this forces them to come all the way top to get the sun hook as well.
Yeah, and not even popping the gen at 12, which is, I'm just gonna be completely honest, horrible for the survivors, and almost getting a hit onto Adler.
That brutal strength is going to be coming through as well, zoning him down towards the bottom side of the map. But Goofy's actually not too interested here, expecting the survivor to be on his 4-gen, and that game sense is going to be coming through, bumping on at the sky there, and he will be able to get this down, but he has been flared out from that shack corner there. Tony Sly going to be able to survive a little bit longer here, buying Adler time to head up towards that top side of the map. That brutal strength will come through, and he will be able to get that pop onto this generator as well, forcing the progression down even further here. We're going to be rushing straight onto the back of Mr. Tony Sly here. The bump's coming through. Oh no, a bit of a back bounce as well, and that will cost him a little bit of distance here. The mind game's going to be coming through from Goofy, but Tony is not falling for those this evening. Will he fall for this one? No, he's holding those check spots. He will be lasting in chase here, Goofy. Oh no, but when he holds the check spot a little too long, that should be the down coming through onto our Dwight here.
Yeah, and down after down after down in the 4-gen, and like I said, 12 not even popping, and they chose to reset as well, which means basically no gen progression. Yeah, this is not looking good for the survivor side.
Yeah, no, I mean, NoName really showing why they picked Blight this set. Goofy, very powerful with the rushes, and really strong with his gen defense as well, making sure they're not able to pop these generators, feeling the read coming through from Adler in terms of baiting him out towards the mid-map and just going straight down towards 5 to make sure that that generator is not going to pop, and he has been able to stop it successfully. We know that, well, we've got a general idea that both survivors are sitting up towards the top side of the map right now. Goofy going to be rushing straight up towards top here. No progression on 12 either. This is not good for Divertimento. NoName just holding such a dominant position over this game right now. I don't know, I'm not even sure what I'd do in the survivor side right now. I mean, surely you just sit 12 out, right?
Yeah, I don't know, just a very difficult situation for Divertimento. Them going down in his 4-gen without popping it. Yeah, it's just misplay after misplay, leading to eventually a 4K at 2, and Goofy slugging, maybe trying to stop the gen at 7, but no progression.
Yeah, no, little to no progression on this, and I mean, just the constant slugging of Deliverance coming through as well, seeing as Deliverance Unbreakable was recently banned as a combination, you can really abuse the fact that the Deliverance, if you just slug the Survivor, is not that strong, and Goofy, honestly, getting a hook in the basement here onto Deli would pretty much render it just about useless. Is actually going to hook it in the corner instead. I like this decision here, hit it cooking close to this generator, making sure that Adler is close and nearby to where he can patrol these gens. This 4-gen is absolutely munted. I mean, like, look how close these gens are together. That will be the broken status fit coming through onto Adler here, tipping us off to that Deliverance coming through. We actually hear 12 pop as well. That's really good for Divertimento.
Oh, Goofy missing a bit of rushes due to phantom bumps, as you would like to call it, and Adler, excellent stun. Goofy committing to this chase and not getting it, unfortunately. Was that a life? Or was that
I think it is, yeah.
SB?
That is light, I'm pretty sure, but I mean, the ping was just crazy.
Yeah. And I don't really know in this situation what you can really do as the survivors.
I mean, yeah, this 4-gen is just a little too munted. I think Goofy expecting the decisive strike there, getting a little swing in, but it is not going to be happening. And I mean, actually, Spectator, can we have a look around and see what the survivors are running? Because we obviously know, so this is going to be kind of our gen build here, and Adler does have the Deliverance. Interesting, no pair with Sprint Burst. Yeah, I like that. And this is obviously just our stacked build. You don't honestly see this in Oceanic survivors as well, so I like to see the builds from our APAC teams here. We've got 4 stages left before a 4K at 2. Goofy doing a fantastic job at pressuring this game here. We do see a fully reset Minamipe here. We're going to be able to get that hit. Oh, no. That is so unfortunate. We're going to be rushing around. I mean, Goofy just playing this so well. No, the back bounce is coming through. Oh my god, he gets
down. Excellent rushes, even though back bump, he just clutches up with his last 2 rushes. And I think he just spotted White here. I don't really want to read out his name because I'm scared of mispronouncing it.
I think.
He does have the dead hard, but not being able to get it off, unfortunately.
Yeah, Goofy playing this really, really well. Playing around perks fantastically as well, reading their builds. Yeah. This is a very, very solid Blight player right here. We're going to be looking around for our final survivor, Adler, here. We do know, however, that one of these survivors on the ground right now is our Unbreakable, so Goofy has got to be careful about that. He's going to be coming back to pick up the slug here. This is going to be Minamipe picked up on the Jake and slapped onto a hook here, but we know, I'm pretty sure he is dead. Yes. Yeah, he is. So that's a 2v1. This is bad for Divertimento.
Tony does have Unbreakable though, so maybe they can do something, but with little to no gen progression, I do not really think so.
Yeah, no, and I mean, even with the changes, right, where Death Hook is still worth points out the door, it'll be very hard to try and meet a 4K at 3 win condition on the Blight, especially after getting, I mean, kind of stomped like this. It is really hard to get your mindset back in the right place to try and rein this back in. We're going to be having a look around on the side of Goofy here, trying to find Adler. Tony actually still has not used that Unbreakable. I'm pretty... Maybe he used... No, there we go. Oh. No trauma tick coming through, sadly.
Was that him getting picked? I'm not sure. Oh, he did not get... What is happening? That was incredible. What?
Those were crazy rushes coming through. I'm not sure what I've just seen, but I mean, 20 MS Blight gameplay is very interesting to watch nonetheless. We've caught onto some blood pools here, and we will be able to catch out our friend Adler. The rushes will be coming through. Sadly, he will not be able to confirm this down quite yet. Going to be shaking his head at that pellet there, getting it out of the way with that brutal strength. And we do know that Adler has made his way into a pretty dead zone of the map here. Just an LT ball to play around. Goofy with some odd style and mind games coming through.
Yeah, pretty much securing the 4K at 2 now, since Tony did use his Unbreakable. And yeah, that is it for game 1.
Oh, what's he doing? He's messaging his parents real quick. He made it in live. Yeah.
Probably. I mean, that's what I did too when I did well in my first Blight match.
No, I don't blame it. I don't blame it. But yes, a 4K at 2 being set by Goofy of NoName. A fantastic result on the Blight here this evening. To kick things off here, and I imagine Divertimento feeling the pressure here as we look so desperately for our slugs. Goofy unable to locate exactly where Tony has crawled off to, and we might just have to cut our losses and take this pick on to Adler here. I think Tony's worth an extra stage, yes. So we don't really want Tony bleeding out here, as I think it will result in a 1-point loss, but I'm not 100% sure. We're just going to be standing over the body of Adler here. Maybe looking for a bit of macro on his teammates. I'm not sure what the Blight's game plan is here. Maybe just... I honestly, I have no idea. Do we want to have a look and see where exactly Tony is slugged at? We'll just jump into there and have a look. It just looks like he's just chilling top, so I think Goofy not really taking enough time to look for his slug here, and maybe not understanding that I think he will suffer a point reduction if he lets Tony bleed out here. And he is really cutting it close with this hatch.
Yeah. I have to be honest, I have no idea how the point system works, so you're gonna have to just, I guess, not sure how do you call it, but you have to just,
I mean,
to
be completely honest,
wait, there could
wait,
be
trauma
done
tick?
here.
Wait, so he did say he was unbreakable, and he actually is trauma ticking. Oh my god, wait. The 2 stages out the door would be absolutely insane. It would be so clutch. And there's actually nothing our Blight can do here. He has to get a grab on Tony. The trauma tick coming through from APAC. This is something I never would have thought I'd see. This is crazy.
It's worth 2 gens as well, right? I just quickly checked on the scoring.
If Tony gets out here, 2 stages, it'll be a 4K 1 win con, I want to say. I can't be 100% sure. Can one of the refs just guarantee that for me real quick? If Tony gets out here, what kind of win con are we seeing for the Blight of Divertimento?
This is looking pretty rough for Goofy. Just being forced to grab Tony, or he'll lose 2 stages.
Yeah, no, that is going to be very, very rough. We're just rushing around here, trying to catch out where exactly our survivor is. I mean, Tony just playing this very, very patiently here. These doors are rather defendable for Goofy, but we will have to get on them at one point or another, because if Tony dies to endgame, it will actually just count for 4 points towards Goofy. So Tony has to force the bleed out, and he has to get out the gate in order for Goofy to lose these points here. If the end game collapse does come through, which I think Goofy might be able to force if he just stands in front of this door now. He should. I'm so scared. I don't know what Tony's doing. I don't know what Tony's got to play for this door. He's got to do something. He can't die to end game collapse here. All right, he's going for it. He's going for it. Now the question is, will he be able to make it out? Oh my goodness.
And
wait, no, he can pick him up in time, I think. Oh, that was friggingly close for Goofy there, but that will be a 4K at 2 coming through from our Blight there. A fantastic game being played out. Tony not quite having the trauma tech on point, and that will be our first half of the Blight set being wrapped up here. So of course, next up we will be jumping on into Divertimento's Blight to see how they perform against the survivors of NoName. So you all know the drill. We'll be back at you after a very short break.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second game. And we're going to be seeing, I think, someone called Carp on Blight. I have no idea who they are, but going into this with a 4K3 win con and a 4K2 tie con, I would be pretty nervous myself.
Yeah, nah, definitely.
What do you think, Filthy? Have you ever seen a Blight 4K3 before? Maybe even 2?
I mean, I've definitely seen it happen in competitive, maybe not always in the higher divisions
Yeah.
and whatnot, but I mean, I guess we'll see how it
Oh
plays out here.
my.
Carp
That is
gonna be
a
loading on the Blight here with definitely one of the builds of all time here. We are going to be making our way down towards the bottom side of the map. Blood Favor in combination with Dying Light Eruption. Pop goes the Weasel in a complete and utter lack of corrupt intervention. A perk which I think you definitely need for a 4K3 win con. We are going to be seeing Hiru getting hit very early here into the trial. Puck going to be rushing onto the back. A little bit of a bad rush there. And it looks like he might not be able to get this down, but he will. Hiru going to be eating the dirt there. This will be the first down of the trial coming through very early for our friend Carp.
Yeah, and as you were saying about corrupt, I think it is much necessary on a map like ARP, a choke map, maybe for suffocation pit as well. And
I agree.
Carp
Yeah.
rushing around the shack, maybe trying to find someone, but I think that would have been maybe Deliverance. So they probably stealthed outside shack now, maybe waiting around for the save.
Yeah, no, they definitely should be here, but we never know with these APAC players. They definitely have different strats to the rest of the world. That Blood Favor kicked on out of the trial here, now left to the dust. We're going to be rushing up mid-section here, looking out for this Deliverance Savior here. So far struggling to find him. Here is going to be our deli. The hit will come through onto Yoro, and this will be the tunnel onto our friend Hiru, who will be breaking away straight up towards that top side of the map here. That Michaela going to be running for dear life. We have a nice matchstick tile to chain it in with, but I do think this should be the down coming through.
Yeah, and I think barely, the Rebecca just got her Deliverance. I'm not so sure because that down was very, very fast.
That was quite fast, but I'm pretty sure that was... Oh, actually, now you made me second guess myself. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe we didn't see Deli coming through, but of course we will find that out later into the trial here. Rushing down towards the shack. We have caught someone. Oh my goodness, that was close to a down,
Almost.
but not quite.
And saving the pop for later, electing to go back and tunnel out Michaela, which is a pretty smart decision considering that it's only 4 gens left and you already have someone on Death Hook, and pretty good rushes from Carp and getting the down at Death at 4.
Yeah, no, this is fantastic for Carp. I mean, if anyone's going to tie this now, it's going to be this. This is a fantastic start game being played out here. They do get the second generator here, pushing us onto that win condition, balancing it. We're going to be making our way down towards the shack here, trying to make sure that that win condition doesn't get pushed into the tie here. Going to be bumping on that tie and looking around. We are going to be able to get a hit onto Goofy, our Blight from last game. We also see Yodo outside the shack as well. Carp going to be using that pop, goes the Weasel onto the generator and rushing straight up towards our friends here. We are going to be catching somebody out at midsection here. Goofy, knowing the Blight tactic, is going to be getting a nice pre-drop of that pallet gem out and get the distance off of it here. No, going to be vaulting back straight into Carp's loving arms, and this will be a down at that top mid side.
Yeah, but Goofy being the obsession, he's not going to get his 4th Dying Light stack. I'm actually not so sure if this perk is going to get much value in the situation here.
Yeah, nah, I mean, I agree. Eruption is definitely once again going to be the perk that really shines here. And I just think in combination with Brutal Strength to get these chases done a little bit quicker, it might end up being a little bit stronger. But hey, you never know. We're going to be taking chase on to Gangi Mary-chan. I'm not even going to bother. Gangi Mary-chan here on the Meg. Trying to get a nice quick down here. Carp going to be mind gaming this pellet. We got a nice hook to bounce on there, and that will be the down coming through on to our Meg with an excellent rush indeed.
Yeah, and as a Blight main here, I'd be pretty happy with this situation yet again. It's looking like a tie. Maybe he can win this. I'm not sure. Oh, wait.
Yeah, no, I mean... Oh, it's going to be close.
Ooh. And not popping the gen. It's probably Dying Light helping.
Yeah, Dying Light finally has done something in a build for once here. For once, we're going to be seeing Yodo running straight up towards the top side of the map here. We're going to be seeing this drop of the 4-lane pallet coming through from our Rebecca. And this should be a rush straight onto the back of Yoro here, getting the down coming through. Bit of a mess up of that second rush there, but the eruption has come through. We got an aura read.
He can win this.
Oh my goodness, we're about to see the win coming through.
He can actually win this.
There is no chance in hell. The dropping of that Shack pallet has come through. Nia going to be vaulting that Shack window. This is bad. This is bad. If Yoro has Unbreakable, it is the only way they're going to be able to clutch this game up here. The rush onto the back of Goofy. And it also is heavily dependent on who our Deliverance player is. Unbreakable on the side of Yoro. This might be able to. They might be able to clutch this. I'm super worried that NoName are actually going to lose this.
Yeah, with a win con like this, if Carp manages to win somehow, it would be very, very demoralizing for the survivors.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't really have any words. This is just an incredible gameplay from this Blight here.
Yes, no, now I'm messing up my words. Incredible gameplay from our Blight here. Carp going to be rushing up towards mid. Dashing straight up the left side of this choke here. We know that the survivors have reset. They can't have gone far from their original location here. From where we downed Gangamari-chan just before. We're going to be having a look out for that pink Meg hoodie. We've found her. Over towards 2 here, going to be rushing straight onto her back here, trying to look for a nice and quick down. Really can't afford to let this final, or this 3rd gen get completed. And it would be, yeah, no, I mean, seeing as Carp has worked so hard for this win, it would be almost be quite satisfying to see him meet it here. Some nice rushes coming through. Not able to get the down, however, or even a hit, and we will be returning back down towards this hook here.
Yeah, and maybe if I was a Blight, I would have checked the gen at 11, but he is probably very, very aware that someone could be going for the save, but no. They probably are on the gen at 11, but it missed skill check. I don't think they will end up popping that.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate here. It just doesn't have much progression on it at all. Our survivor's broken away towards the main building here. We're going to be able to play around this main building window. We've got a nice pallet to use as well. The greed of this, not the greatest decision from our survivor here. Greeting it again. That's a bit risky, I'm afraid. We're going to be rushing around this. Getting a little bit stuck here. The insta-rush coming back around. And able to get the flick around the corner there. Very, very clutch from our Blight. And it's looking like we might actually be able to win this. I'm pretty sure this should be our Deliverance survivor, though. So I guess we'll just have to find out what happens. Whether our survivor is just working that gen down on Shack, or whether they're playing for some sort of bleed out or something like that. Maybe a hatch play.
Yeah, it's very possible, but I think Yoro is not the Deliverance, considering that they unbreakabled up, and Meg.
Oh, true that. Yeah, true that. Completely forgot about that. Forgot about that hurt change there. We're going to be catching out Gangamari-chan on the Meg yet again. Going to be able to get this hit. Fantastic rushes indeed. Oh, short swing and trying to get the hit through that pallet, but it's not going to happen here. The breaking will come through. The double blinds. But sadly, I do think this will be the end of our Meg. Thomas here going to be trying to lose our Blight maybe. They are still just behind the rock here. We're going to see Carp go for those rushes. Man, this guy's got some... that was like a full 180 flick. That was nuts. And this will mean that Carp has actually met a 4K at 3 win condition on the Blight. Just take me out at this point. What the hell is even happening?
There is no way that just happened. Incredibly well played from Carp. Managing to somehow meet that win con with a interesting build. But yeah, I think all of his perks ended up getting value this game.
Maybe not Blood Favor.
Yeah, probably not. And yeah, and
well, it's just about going to wrap up our Blight set. Surprisingly, we're going to be seeing Divertimento taking the pick of NoName. So that does mean we are going to be jumping straight on into the Divertimento pick of the Deathslinger. So will we be seeing NoName taking the set of the opposite team like we've seen just now, or will we be seeing a clean 2-0 sweep from Divertimento? We will find out, of course, after a very short break. Stick around. We'll catch you in a minute. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back on in to Divertimento versus No Name. We did see an incredible comeback from Divertimento's Blight, clutching it up with a 4K at 3 win con coming through to take the first set point from No Name, their own pick. What a game. And of course, now we're going to be jumping on into Divertimento's pick of the Deathslinger here tonight. We're going to be seeing Kenji here on the Slinger, loading in here at the Shack. Welcome back to the Wreckers Yard, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how this plays out. Gunther, give me your thoughts on this build.
Being a, I guess, former Deathslinger main now, because we have found someone to replace me, unfortunately. I'd say this is a very, very aggressive build for Deathslinger. He's mainly focusing on getting 2 taps with his what's the power called? The Redeemer with a gun.
The gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. The Stabiffle can definitely work well with the Redeemer or the gun, and it can definitely come through for some crazy shots. Zeno, the guy in EU that runs Stabiffle, definitely having a lasting effect. What a shot coming through from Kenji there. Our first down of the trial coming through, that surge, getting a little bit of value as well. Fantastic start for Kenji.
Yeah, this is going very well, and if he gets his pain res as well, and no, he decides not to pain res just yet.
Yeah, actually, he's saving the pain res. What do you think about that?
I think it's a pretty decent decision considering that down was pretty fast, but still, you don't have corrupt, so I don't know. And going for a little snipe here, I'm assuming, and he ends up getting it.
What
and, Meg is doing something. I do not know what she's doing.
Oh no, I think she's bugged.
Okay, this is not so good for them.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. There's a bug that can happen on the Deathslinger where if you proc your crouch animation at the exact same time as the Slinger swings at you, or while you're chained, I guess is how I'd explain it, it just forces you to stay crouched. You cannot uncrouch. So that is very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate indeed. I actually didn't know about that bug, and still though, they ended up popping a gen while Meg got down, so it is pretty reasonable situation, sorry, for the survivors.
You know, I agree. This isn't too bad for them, and this is, of course, another fresh hook on the Gangi Mari turn here, but we're going to be having a little look around here. We got some scratch marks to jump onto here. I'm not sure quite who this is. This is going to be somebody we can't find out yet. Good LOS breaking from our survivors here. Going to be mind gaming this truck. The unhook coming through onto our Meg here. A quick tunnel out could be huge for Kenji. That would be exactly what he needs. We're going to be aiming for a bit of a snipe, and we will be able to wait out this borrowed time here now. This is going to be huge for our Deathslinger here. That will be the down and a very quick tunnel onto our Meg here.
Yeah, this is very, very good for Kenji, and maybe if he can get another tag on a survivor, that would be insane for him, and he ends up getting it, and another Stabiffle stack for him as well.
This guy's shots are absolutely insane. A really dominant Slinger performance thus far from Kenji. Very impressive.
And another gen popping, but still though, this is a very, very good situation for him. And is that a 5 gen I'm seeing?
Kind of looks a bit like it, yeah, jeez.
Okay, Wrecker's Yard having very good gens for the survivors. And I think there should be someone over here as well.
Some residual scratch marks. Leading over towards the shack here. Going for a bit of a crazy shot, sadly. Not going to be able to get it to connect here. We're going to be making our way back up towards the top side of the map here. Looking out for a nice and easy chase, but if Meg dies on this hook here... Oh, I thought that hit. If Meg dies on this hook here, it is going to be very painful for the survivors of No Name, sorry, to come back from this. We are going to be seeing Nia running in to try and get this save here. Kenji returning to the hook, but the unhook will come through onto Meg here. We're going to be able to get this hit onto Yodo, and a nice camp of that pallet coming through. We're going to be playing very desperately to try and get Meg out of here. The Stabiffle coming through. Yes, the value coming through from that perk here. Going to be doubling back through the shack here. And he's actually hit it. This guy is crazy, dude.
I can see why he opted for the double reload and the use of the perk Jolt. This guy is just incredible. He's getting the shots that he needs to get. And yeah, a death at 3. This is not looking good for NoName.
No, it is not at all. And we still have the slug onto Yodo as well. Kenji just going to be bailing on that and going to the generators here. That's the Biffle, 7 stacks of it currently. They have managed to pop one of the gens here, pushing us down to 2 generators left remaining. But that has tipped off Kenji as to the location of our current survivors here. We're going to be catching our Goofy on the near, going for a pick onto Yoro, I believe. We're going to be mind gaming this long will. I don't think they're going to be falling for that one, my friend. We're going to be sitting here trying to get a bit of a shot coming through, not able to get it to connect, however. We're going for every little brass slinger pot shot here, but sadly it is not going to be able to connect. Going to be mind gaming this. Excellent pathing coming through from Goofy, and we do see the pickup coming through onto Yoro as well.
Just two tap this, actually.
Yeah, this is... Look at that, 8 stack of Stabiffle. That has got to be scary to look at from Goofy's perspective.
Is that lucky break, or is that or am I just tripping? No, it was not lucky break. Unfortunately, I was tripping.
Oh,
they missed skill check, but a stun
smash
from Goofy.
hit.
Is that smash hit as well?
Yeah.
Ooh, and we do catch out the Michaela here, which is our obsession. And maybe he's gonna leave Chase to keep his Stabiffle stack, and yeah, he ends up doing that. And I think there's someone here. Seeing that a crow just flew by, and
What?
okay,
This guy doesn't miss.
He does not. And Joel on the generator as well, on top of another pain res, I believe. This is very, very bad for NoName.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, this guy is just playing crazy with the flick shots, and just, like, his inability to miss has been absolutely clutch for this entire game. I think that was Jolt on both. Oh, actually, no. With Deathslinger's reduced tier 80s, it might have only been the one generator, but still, just massive value out of Jolt, which is something I've never thought I'd say in competitive value out of Jolt. But I mean, if it works here. We're actually going to catch, I think this is Hiru. No, this is Goofy out down towards the bottom side of the map here. This is our injured survivor. This is bad. That is never going to hit, I'm afraid, but he will just be getting this pallet out of the way. Genji going to be maybe going for a pot shot. No, he will not be. They do get the unhook there.
Well, I was kind of hoping for that, like another snipe, but yeah, ends up going back to the hook to get a tunnel out or another fresh stack onto Hero, and ends up getting the down. This is very, very bad for NoName. I don't know what they will be able to do here. Maybe I'll just end up getting 4K2, maybe 4K1 if it's the best case.
I think you definitely have to play for a 4K1. I mean, the difference between a 4K3 win con and a 4K2 win con is just massive, right? Like, at least the 4K2 is kind of like, maybe it could happen. To be fair, we're saying this right after a Blight 4K3 on ARP, but like a 4K3 on Slinger? Hell no, dude, that's not happening.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing any miracles today, but I don't think we should make assumptions yet. Maybe NoName has like a cracked Slinger, and Genji ends up getting the down as well, and Hiru, I do not think this is good for him.
He's actually not going to be going for the shot here, playing around it. Hiru playing very aggressive for the slug here. The shot will come through from Kenji, able to get that hit. Going to be losing 2 Stabiffle stacks here, but I mean, this is opening up a lot of snowball potential for the end game here. We're going to be catching out our friend Goofy, missing what feels like our first shot of the game here. Returning back towards the slug, we're going to be seeing the pick up coming through on to Yoro. That's very clutch from our survivors here, but we will... Wait, what? That doesn't hit? That feels like a bit of scammery there.
Yeah, that was quite the robbery, unfortunately. And Yoro just opting to die corner, which is pretty smart, especially when the killer has Jolt. And maybe I think Goofy can possibly pop that gen on the... I do not know the OC comms, unfortunately. But the gen on...
they get it.
There we go.
That is huge for the win condition of NoName's Survivor lineup here. A 4K1, like I said, a 4K2 and a 4K3 win condition are just night and day in terms of difference. That is going to be huge for the killer of NoName coming in after this to try and meet here. But Kenji still has a 3-gen to play around here. Our survivors are injured. This is looking like it should remain a 4K at 1 for our Slinger. He's actually going to be playing around the shack. I mean, I like the mindset behind it, but no, Hiru is not going to be falling for that shack mind game. We are going to be breaking that shack barrel, getting out of the way, and continuing chase onto our Michaela. No, actually dropping and heading straight up towards the top side of the map here, trying to catch our friend Goofy out of position.
Yeah, playing very safe, and he does catch Goofy out in a bad position, but Goofy dodging out the shot. And Kenji just getting that very, very fast reload, and will Goofy be able to dodge? And looks like he will be able to, but getting shot through the window.
Yeah, no, I mean, the down coming through onto Goofy. Kenji yet again showing his incredible Deathslinger mechanics here as he makes his way back over towards a 9. We hear some progress on this generator, not quite enough for it to be popping yet. Sadly, we hear the injured survivor as well. This is looking like Kenji's opportunity to shut down the game. Mind gaming that window, sadly, it will not pay off. We'll be seeing for a bit of a shot coming through onto our Michaela. Michaela, with the dodging skills, not going to be able to get hit by that, and we will be making our way around to this, and I think this should be the down coming through. Yes, it should. Confirming a 4K at 1 on the Deathslinger. Fantastic result to be obtaining on this killer here, and it is definitely setting a rough win con for NoName Slinger coming in after this to try and meet. However, it is huge that NoName were able to pop that that 4th generator. That's going to be absolutely massive. What are we doing? We're going to be kicking this pallet. These APAC players and their slugging makes me laugh. We're going to be, what are we doing, dude?
Maybe getting some blood points.
Yeah,
sure.
No, he's just waiting for Hero to die on the hook, I guess, just to make sure that Nia doesn't get superpowers and no clip and fly to the hatch and escape. So we're going to be just kind of sitting here waiting for Hiru to get on out of here. But I mean, yes, as I was saying, a fantastic result. And the difference between a 4K2 and a 4K3 is huge. So maybe our killer of NoName is going to be able to rein this back in and try to take it as a victory here. I think Kenji a little bit scared of Deliverance, maybe unaware that it's not in the Deathslinger balancing. I'm afraid it's just going to be waiting for Hiru to die on this hook and then picking Goofy. But I'm impressed to see a massive amount of save the best for last value out of that game. I definitely eating my own words, and it is definitely not as bad of a perk as I thought it was on the Slinger, so I'm loving to see it. And Surge just getting a monstrous amount of value as well, so very impressive to see. Kenji definitely scared of Deliverance. Yeah, is going to be taking that final hook onto Nia here, and I won't make you wait for Goofy to take that trip up on into the sky. You all know the drill. We'll be back at you to see if NoName Slinger can match this performance after a very short break. We will catch you then.
Okay. Welcome back yet again, ladies and gentlemen, to the potential last game of this evening. We're going to be seeing, I believe, oh god, their name is pretty hard to pronounce, Gangi Marichian on the Deathslinger with a 4K at 2 win con, I believe. Not sure if they can meet this, but after that Blight game, I think I'll have a bit of faith. What do you think, Filthy?
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible after a 4K at 3 win for a Blight, so I'm pretty excited to see what Gangamari-chan can do on the Slinger here against the survivors of Divertimento. We're going to be jumping straight on in that same old roster. Actually, no, Zephyr, a new addition, unlike the Blight game, so I'm excited to see how this plays out here. We're seeing that Corrupt Intervention finally being put back into use here with the Pain Resonance Surge. And pop goes the Weasel in combination with it. No, save the best for last for this Deathslinger, I'm afraid, and is using the Prison Chain Warden's keys instead of any cigars. So I'm excited to see how the Prison Chains work out. Maybe Gangamari-chan will be able to get some crazy shots through. We'll just have to find out.
Yeah, definitely. Prison Chains, I myself, I don't really use it. I would rather go for double reload or maybe even cigar, but yeah, maybe our Deathslinger will cook up something. I don't really want to mess up their name.
Yeah, no, I mean, our Slinger is going to be jumping straight on in here to a chase with Adler. Adler already duking out 2 shots here. Is going to be playing around this rock into this filler pallet here. No, a missed shot from Gangamari-chan is going to result in a simple decision to drop this chase here. Not that keen on chasing Adler on the other side of the map away from the non-corrupted generators, and is going to be coming on over towards the bus here. We've seen a crow fly behind the bus, and that's tipping us off to the fact that there's a survivor stealthing around here somewhere. This is going to be Zephyr getting into chase here at the fun bus. A nice shot coming through from our slinger, going to be getting that hit, and our friend Zephyr is going to be in a great position to run to that shack pallet and get it out of the way and try to extend this chase out. Actually going to be greeting it. That is interesting.
If he gets shot through a wall or something, he is just dead, especially with the prison chains. But breaking away to the somewhere side of the map, and Zephyr getting that stun. I think he needs to just run corner at this point, especially because he does have an edge map palette where he can last.
Yeah, no, I mean, our friend Zephyr going on a pretty crazy chase right now. Definitely getting some good old juicing in.
Oh, the stun!
The stun is going to actually come through.
Another missed shot.
Oh no, and another missed shot as well. Gangamari-chan kind of getting destroyed right now. Zephyr just going on a crazy chase, man. The down will finally come through, but not in time for the second generator to pop.
Yeah, unfortunately, just getting a little bit impatient there. I believe it's just because nerves, which is I think that's relatively normal. He still has a 3-gen though, maybe even a 4-gen that he can work around. So yeah, it will be pretty interesting to see if our slinger will clutch up or end up losing this win condition.
Yeah, no, we're going to be seeing our slinger walk on up, say, no, you're not popping this gen, as we make our way up towards the top side of the map here. We do see some scratch marks up towards 11, and we will be able to interrupt whoever is on this generator here. These gens are actually pretty insane if we were able to hold a top side gen split here, but we will be able to get a nice shot on the Hal, yes. Hal going to be taking that hit and W keying as far away as possible here. There's Warden's keys coming through, going to be able to get that reload before Hal gets out of the shot range here. We're going to be seeing, is this a filler here? This is, yes, this is one of the stronger fillers you can get on the Auto Haven map, minus of course the rock filler. We're going to be seeing a nice shot coming through from our slinger to confirm the down onto Hal. The reset has come through onto Zephyr. We're at a bit of a stalemate right now. The survivors really got to get back onto these generators. And our slinger has to start getting quicker downs.
Yes. This is a down in the or what's left of a 3-gen though, so maybe they can clutch this up, but those gens are pretty far apart, and especially being a 4.4 killer.
Yeah, this is not looking good for our slinger here. We've got
a hill though.
I mean, the hill in the middle, actually, the hill in the middle isn't bad, but they can just go ahead and jump onto this gen here at Deep 6 just to confirm the Tycon at least, and then try to get Hal out of that 3-gen. We do see some residual scratch marks lurking around down towards the bottom side of the map here. Gangamari-chan not too worried about trying to catch them out. Actually, no, we have found whoever it was here. We're following some form of scratch marks. We have caught out Zephyr, the resident juicer, yet again. A nice dodge coming through, and they will make it to the bus yet again. Going to be going for a little bit of juice on that good old bus window here. Going to be greeting it. I think this should be a hit coming through. Gangamari-chan playing that no mind game on the bus window there. Zephyr actually kind of zoning himself here. Not in the best of spots, going to be able to vault that window. And they actually won't be able to make it back to the pallet either. So I really hope the survivors of Divertimento are powering on those gens in the 3-gen right now.
Yeah, I think they will end up popping either one or maybe both generators at this point, because that down took quite a while, and plus it was outside of the 3-gen, and yeah, we see a generator being around 70%. This is looking pretty rough for Gangamari-chan. Actually pronounced their name right.
Yeah, no, this is a difficult name. We're going to be seeing Hal on the Vittorio yet again, juicing. The 4.4 killer experience getting run around a single wall for like 5 loops. This is really sick. We're going to be able to go on in for this unhook here. I think they should be able to get it in time without being shot. Yes, they will, and we should be able to get this down on to Hell here. Any second now, that gen over at 11 will pop. As obviously no surge will be applied to it. There is there getting out of the way, and we know that the other gen should be sitting at about the 65% mark here.
Is Hell another pain res, or
I don't think so. No, I think Hell's already been hit with pain res.
This is not looking good.
Oh, and they get it anyway. Though that's the win for Divertimento.
Yeah. Very, very well played from the survivor side, just dying in the right spots, and Zephyr especially with that incredible chase at the beginning.
Yeah, no, I mean, just an absolutely pitch perfect Deathslinger game being played out from both sides of Divertimento's killer and their survivor. Their killer going crazy, nearly getting a 4K at 2. The doors open, they're 3 outing, and that will be a 5-stage game coming through from Gangamari-chan there. That is so unfortunate, but extremely, extremely well played to Divertimento there. That is going to be the clean 2-0 sweep of NoName. A fantastic game being played out from both sides, but especially Divertimento clutching up with a 4K at 3 on the Blight. It's been a while since I've seen anything like that coming through as a win condition and actually being met. So very, very well played here tonight.